Welcome. Hey,
What up?
family.
Hello.
It's Wednesday. You know what that means. It's fan
Yeah,
club.
Oh,
yeah. What's happening?
I thought you meant that other thing.
What?
Wow.
Oh, you mean that
It-
thing we watch as a family or like something
that
else?
that little irrelevant thing that kind of comes on at a certain time as our show,
Ooh.
which is the most illustrious show in all of the universe.
Yes. Welcome back to Fan Club, our weekly wrestling fan club. We're getting into catchphrases. And why I like this topic tonight is because that's kind of like what everything's all about. Like when you think of the memories and stuff like that, the t-shirts, the merch, it's all about creating that character, and catchphrases are a huge part of it, and it goes way 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 back. So we're going to
Hmm.
get into our favorite wrestling catchphrases that we grew up on, how they work on t-shirts, what makes a good catchphrase, and all of that. But first, I do want to acknowledge my crew. Thank you for joining me again for Fan Club. We took the week off last week. I was bringing in my birthday. So we took the week off, but we are back. And Ciendo is also going to be joining us soon. So I want to do shout out our new show,
Hmm.
Watch What Happens NXT, hosted by none other than Ciendo B. And it was such a phenomenal show. It really was what a pre-show should be about. So watch what happens NXT. There we go. Hey, Rakarsha. Fan club has officially started. Rakarsha actually joined us last night as well for the season premiere of Watch What Happens NXT, and that is Ciendo B's NXT pre-show where she'll go over everything that happened the previous week and what to expect that week, and then we all watch it as a family. So it was a really good show. Brian H. Waters and Krista B was able to join us, and it was great. So make sure you check out the first episode. If you follow Ciendo, I'll let her chat about it later on in the show. But thank you, everyone that tuned in. Go check it out if you haven't already. I'm already more invested in NXT just from guesting on that one episode, and I learned so many different fun facts. So shout out to Ciendo beyond that one. It's on Those Wrestling Girls YouTube, on her Twitter account. That'll be going down every Tuesday, 6:30, 7 p.m. Eastern. And speaking of our girl, she is popping up in the waiting room. So I will let her come on. Hey, girl.
Hello. What's up, hotties? All
What's
the
Hey.
hotties,
up?
the secret
It's,
hotties.
Hey.
Hi.
Hi.
Congrats on the season premiere of Watch What Happens NXT.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. You know, I had some illustrious co-stars, as Justin would say, also help a sister out, but it was fun. It was so good.
It
We
was
had
so
us a smacking good time. Even ran a little bit over into NXT, but it was
which
still a
was
good
fun.
time. It was a good time.
Which was fun.
you
I mean,
said a
we
smacking good time.
it
That sounds like something
Smacking
from
good
the South.
time.
does. It does, but also accurate. So thank you
Right.
everyone that tuned in. You could catch the Endo every Tuesday. Justin was over on hashtag the buckle, killing it on Turnbuckle Talk. So Tuesdays, the network is busy.
The
Yeah.
squad is squatting out here.
The
Booked and busy.
we love it. We're dividing and conquering the business. If we, I was gonna refer to
Expanding the
our
network.
dream team as the click, but I don't know if I want
No,
to
no, no, I'm
do
good. No, I'm good. I
that.
would, I would, I would love to honor Thigh Scott Hall for that, but it's
Yeah,
a mm.
Wait, we don't
yeah.
like who canceled in the clip?
Nobody canceled them.
Oh, okay. I'm just no. I thought maybe was I missing something? Was somebody
No,
inside?
Nah.
I'm just thinking of
We could
how
be
they
the
were
new
portrayed at
new
one point.
day.
No,
Not
you
the
know what
new day,
it
the
is? It's
new
a lot. It's a
new.
lot of girls in our crew, and I don't want another wrestling fan coming to me that you can't call yourself the click. You have girls. That's
Oh
another thing
gosh.
because I had to deal with
Oh,
that
you could
today.
direct it to me and I will gladly verbally beat that ass.
I love
right,
how
I
Bessie.
dare
That's
you to
ready.
right,
come
I
for the
love how
family.
Bessie.
ready
That's
Justin was.
right, Bess.
Justin wasted no time. He
I
said,
dare you to come for the
Olo!
family. I dare you. I will gladly 3D your ass through a table like the Dudley Boys.
Whoop
Just
that trick.
that's it.
Whoop that trick.
That
Whoop
"Oh,
that
again,
trick.
oh,
Justin
we got to
is
get into that for catchphrases later."
Justin is
Mm.
the solo of the group.
Yes. Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm thumbing optional.
Optional. I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh, but yeah, that was a great time. Thank you, Vaughn, for tuning in. And
Thank you,
welcome
everyone
to
who
the fan
did.
club this week. Also a new episode of Schooling Sessions dropped on Those Wrestling Girls Patreon. Go check that out. Krista B is joined by Christina and Pablo the Don, and they get into a lot of different things. Actually, I learned about residuals. The title of it is called. You
It
know
was a
what?
good. I was like, wait, I didn't understand residuals until that episode, so I
Yeah.
was like, this
Yeah,
was worth the
a lot
watch.
of tidbits, and you can't go wrong with that roster. You got Krista B,
Mhm.
Pablo the Donna, and Christina. It's always going to be a good time. Hey, Getcho, always a good
Love to get
time.
your podcast out
Me
here.
too. That's family. But yeah, subscribe to our Patreon. It's $1 a month. It's a way to support us so we could buy cool t-shirts and go to wrestling shows and do fun shit. So support the brand. There's a lot of cool content on there. And you really don't want to miss out on any of that.
I mean, you get your money's worth because we also get an event once a year where you get to see each other.
That is true. Family gatherings. I
It's
know a
a
lot of people
family
that met for the first time
affair.
and got together for the first time at our event. So I'm glad that we were able to bring so many people together. And we're actually going to be throwing some events. I know Krista B wants to wait for us to reveal, but we will be throwing more events throughout the year, different ones, just to bring wrestling fans together. I don't know if you guys been hearing about like or saw on social the wrestling nightclub events that Aaliyah from WWE is like hosting one. Like it's like a
Yeah,
whole thing.
she's. I think she's hosting one. I don't know if she's hosting one in Tampa, but I know she's hosting them like
Yeah,
now.
yeah. I think there's one in like Toronto and one in Philly during Mania Week. So very
Yeah.
interesting stuff. Just also to check in, I will be officially, I don't know if I told the crew yet, going to Rumble. So this will be my second Royal Rumble in Tampa. So if you
Let's
are
do
gonna
this.
be in Florida, hit a bitch up because I'm gonna be there. Jabba Cheers is throwing a tailgate party prior. Mega Ran's throwing a battle rap event.
Date the night
It's
before.
yes, night before. So it's a lot going on. It used to be Mania Week where there was a lot of programming, but now it seems like we are just taking over all the cities. So there's a lot going on. So if you're gonna be in Tampa, let me know. I still haven't packed my fits for Rumble in Tampa yet. So let me know if you have any recommendations. I know I want to cop some CM Punk stuff from Roots of Fight.
You know, I already got
Um,
mine. I
I
don't
know you
play.
wasn't waiting. You wasn't waiting.
I'm not gonna lie, that $85 hoodie was choking the sis, but I was like, we're gonna start small. Let's
Also,
start
that's
with a
not
t-shirt and a tank
bad.
top. I
That
said,
is
but I
not
like the
bad.
t-shirt and the tank top a lot more. So I was like, you
Mhm.
know what? Two heads is better than one. I'm just gonna cop
Right.
two shirts. And
Yeah.
then
There you
later
go.
on, when I'm feeling like it before Mania, I'm like, all right, we're gonna
Mhm.
get this hoodie because it's Philly. I ain't playing no games.
Right. And I don't know if anyone owns any Roots of Fight merch, but the quality is
Hmm.
top notch. And I think that's kind of the fabric, literally and figuratively, of the brand is quality. That's why they don't have all athletes, all wrestlers. They're very
Yeah.
particular about
Their
the
Savage line
icons
is
that
very
they
popular.
feature. Very much so. Like a lot of wrestlers wear, especially the Bret Hart stuff, a lot that you don't even realize. Muhammad Ali's birthday. Shout out to the Capricorn gang. They posted all the celebrities that have Muhammad Ali merch from Roots of Fight. So, I still need to get my fits together for Rumble. So let me know any recommendations and make sure you tune in to the next episode of Where Wrestling Meets Pop Culture because we have a new fashion corner segment where I talk about all my favorite looks of the week because the wrestlers been slaying between Seth Rollins, Jake Cargill, the Garcia twins. Like it's so much happening right now. And we get into everything that happens outside of the ring. So you'll know what Liv Morgan wore to Sonya Deville's bachelorette party, all those tidbits that we can obsess over and kiki about. So make sure you're subscribed to those wrestling girls. Make sure you Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all of that, Patreon, all of it. foryourword.com. Get the merch. Cause it's rocket ship season, right? Like we're going into this year taking over, supporting each other, having fun, and remembering why we love this shit, because wrestling is probably the hottest I think it's I don't want to say it's ever been, but all in all, like we got Dolph Ziggler and GCW.
Probably in our adult life.
Crazy. First of all, let's talk about the guy who literally dropped a bar and mentioned tables and Matt Cardona and he could shop. Like he mentioned Japanese wrestling in his Emmy speech. I was like, and bars. I have to find it, but I was just like in awe. And I was like, watch Matt Cardona talk about something he the Emmy got now. Just watch. And then the next day he tweets, I got a shout out on the Emmys. I'm like, oh God, I told y'all he was going to milk this.
It's like, you gotta get it. You gotta get it where you get it.
Yeah,
but
this is getting old now.
Oh, the wrestling god stuff.
It's getting old. It's
we don't like the wrestling god.
It's time for him to get signed. It's time for him to get signed. That's what
it's ran its course.
Yeah,
maybe I've been to so many HOG shows that I'm just like I expected. When he dropped the title to Santana, we were like, all right, we're done with Matt Cardona, and now Matt Cardona is more booked and busy and everywhere but HOG. So I'm just like, he's a wrestling guy.
It's because also we know we all know, like we listen to him talk. He want to
come back.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's given.
But you know what?
Pick me.
He's like, pick me. Bring me home. Bring me home.
Matt Cardona is a pick me.
But you know who else is giving pick me?
Who's giving pick me?
Matt Ryder is giving pick me. He's a little salty that he got fired because the way he talking is pick me behavior too.
Who?
Matt Riddle.
Oh
yeah, but he's
like, always
like Matt Cardona is a WWE guy.
Mm-hmm.
And he desperately want, like every time they like when he even recently was like, I wasn't included in all the rehires. Like, poor me.
There's a reason for that.
Yeah, don't support your wife's real title at an indie show, bro. So you don't make
Chelsea Green though, because she is killing it, if I must say so myself.
And that's what I don't like. I don't want him to go back and think he can steal the spotlight from his wife, because his wife is actually doing better.
I don't think he'll do that. I think he'll be Cardona, but it's just like, all right, I'm ready. I guess also let's see what he got. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. We saw what WWE did with Lexis King. Shout out to the homie CVV. I just finished their interview today. Incredible. I was already invested in Lexis King, but now even more so. And we want to talk about catchphrase, and I just forgot it because I had it in my head. He said something basically, he let people know like he's his own man, and I think he's going to build off of catchphrases with that. So I'm very excited for him.
Yeah,
NXT, they cooking some catchphrases down there.
They are. The creative in general is cooking down there,
and they're consistent. A lot of people are fans because of their consistency. They are the most consistent thing going. Like Raw and SmackDown slowly starting to pick up because it's Mania season. I feel like they were kicking up a little bit earlier, but as far as the NXT brand goes, they've been on a consistent high always.
That's true. That's 100% true. And I am 100% more invested now because I gotta keep up when I be watch what happens NXT. Like, I gotta keep up on that. But thank everyone for supporting us. I'm excited to get into, I want to be a nostalgia freak tonight.
Okay.
Shout out to
it's
kind of, if you know. Shout out to the Ringers. Wednesday Worldwide. They just
Worldwide.
Wait, hold on, give me a second.
There it is. There
you go.
They just celebrated 1 year.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
I hit my own horns.
Yeah, come on, B. You slipping. Good. Why did you clap that?
Congratulations to Wednesday Worldwide, Brian H. Waters, Cal, and Ben on 1 year. We
And y'all were
know
looking so dapper on your
they
show
were
today. I
looking
was
Wow.
watching.
Wait, I
You
just
look
saw a
so
tweet about
nice.
Brian H. Waters. They said that
Yeah.
you know what I'm talking. You know what I'm thinking about?
Yeah.
Brian H. Waters has that first Sunday blazer on.
Listen, like we talking about. I was like, at first, because I messaged him, I was like, "Wait, where's your drip?" And he was like, "Where do you?" He's like, "What do you mean I'm wearing it?" So then I finally looked at it today, and I said, "Oh, look at him in his little Easter Sunday blazer. I
Y'all wearing
like it."
blazers like you're getting drafted in '96 for the NBA.
Hello.
Them oversized coats and shit. I
Hey,
love
wait a
it.
minute. They was
It was fitting, cute.
I was like, it was
patterns.
giving. It was giving first sermon, first read of the Bible of the resurrection of Jesus Christ, Brother Brian. So you look nice.
well, let me tell you, if you
Cal
want to
looked
go
like he was
there,
going to accept that same Emmy speech that Homeboy did with the bars. So, and
Yep.
Ben always looking nice. Ben was looking like, what's the fraction in New Japan Pro Wrestling that always used to wear all black? What's the name of the guy?
Bullet Club?
Yes, that's what he was giving. So all of y'all drip 10 across the board. Honey.
I thought you was going to
Brian
say
was
the
given
most-
with the 5th pick, the Washington Wizards select Brian Hollywood Waters.
Why the Wizards, but you know, it's funny because you know, we had Montez and Bianca on, and before the show started, we, you know, Bianca said that Montez was about to put on a blazer, and then he took it off. She said, "Oh, you ain't gotta, you know, dress super dressed up." And then he saw we had him on, so then he put on his blazer.
All right.
And then she said, you know, he was like, he was being groomed to be a preacher. He said, "Man, I was going to be like the next TD Jakes." And I was like, wow, you know. So yeah, that was funny. And then you know, he gave us an encouraging word, wishing us a happy anniversary. And I felt like after Montez Ford was finished, that I needed to pass the plate around for him and First Lady Bianca, because he took us to church.
You could tell he's very like
You felt like you wanted to drop
captivating
a
and
hymn.
spiritual. Yeah, right.
Mhm.
Exactly.
And I don't know.
Go ahead, Brian.
I was just saying, I don't know if y'all saw the somebody on Twitter put, "All my life, I just want to find somebody who looks at me the way Bianca looks at her."
No, she looks at him with such admiring
But
eyes.
it goes both ways.
I was getting ready to go there. Yep.
Looking at each other.
I'm about to say, I've been to the
they
gym for
both
4
snap.
months. I'm still looking for my Bianca in there.
They both
Like, God
snap.
damn it.
And you should
luckily-
find it.
And the way
You
he was
will find
positioned,
it.
he was kind of like sitting in front of her. So like every time she would say something, he would make a joke, and then he would like do his eyes when he was talking about something about, you know, he was supposed to do something, and he told her like, yeah. You know? So you can see that inside joke.
I love it. I love them. I can't wait for their show. Congratulations again, Brian, on
Thank
a
you.
year and having Bianca and Montez on your show for. I mean, I can't think of a better way to celebrate a year. So congratulations
Thank you.
on that. So how about we take a break and we will get into catchphrases we grew up on. So everybody in the chat, let us know some of your favorite wrestling catchphrases that you remember as a kid that stick in your head that you said a lot. And we will be right back.
She could have definitely been, you know, still making residuals off the magazines or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, when one door closes for one, ooh, come on.
I mean, that ended up being one of the like highest selling Playboy issues at that time.
Because China took over.
Yeah. And the interesting part is like you don't have to know wrestling to find Sable attractive, to be walking in a supermarket and this is on, you know, you're gonna pick it up, you're gonna look at it. But yeah, once this happened, she became not just a star in wrestling, she became a star in pop culture. And her checks reflected it, her TV time reflected it, and a lot of women, including Sunny, were not happy with that at all, especially because you're coming into wrestling and you're not a wrestler. I love our Sable episode. And I have this. I got this in Philly. I remember when we were in town for that event.
Mhm.
And this is one of the posters that I got of Sable.
I'm obsessed with that poster.
And I realized I need more boobs on my wall because I was like trying to cheer myself up, and I realized like I just had Sable. So you gotta diversify. You
That's
know,
a
Need
good.
some more chesticles on the walls. Is that what
gotta-
you're
Yes.
saying? You need us
We
distracted
need
during
more-
the club?
Jacqueline.
do boobs not cheer you up?
Jacqueline.
I mean, are we keeping
Well,
this PG?
I'm
Man,
just asking that question.
This is fan club. When
I
have we
need
ever
to know
really
my
been
friend.
PG, Justin? Let's be
they
really
keep me
real.
cheered up.
I mean, they cheer me up a little bit, but I'm more of an ass man. I need something to be like, ha-bang! Like, smack
That
it.
You want them apple bottom
don't
jeans? You
Ass,
want the apple
I
bottom
don't.
jeans
Oh, I hit the
action?
jackpot.
I need something to grab on the back.
Hey, I know that's
Oh,
right.
God.
Talk that
Yes.
talk, brother.
Thanks, Andre. Appreciate it.
Oh my god! Now you have to start, Brian. What's
Yeah.
your favorite? What's your
There it
favorite
is.
catchphrase growing up?
It's right there, and I don't care. I'm gonna say it loud and proud. What you gonna do when Hulkamania runs wild on you, brother? That was obviously the first catchphrase I learned. I was probably saying it as a little Hulkamaniac, as 3 or 4 years old as I have. Oh, my favorite wrestler's on right now. My bad. The 92 Rumble was on, and the Texas Tornado is beating up Ric Flair in the corner. But yeah, definitely that was one of my favorites. So that's the one I'll start off with. Didn't have any merchandise with it on or anything, but it was and it's funny because it really was said here and there, but you really saw it. No, that's the other one. But that was the one right there growing up, the Hulk Hogan one. That was the first one.
I do remember that growing up. But he has so many because he was like such
Let
a
me tell you something,
caricature.
Mean Gene.
Yeah, like brother.
Yeah, it's like, why is he so aggressive? God damn. Let me tell you something. It's like,
He's been
yo,
eating his vitamins.
That was the thing,
vitamins don't do that to people.
Well, it goes back to
multivitamins
watching
and
wrestling.
vitamin D will get you energized. I don't care what the boss say. I had to learn that the hard way.
It was
Yeah.
the innocence of a child.
Exactly.
That's true.
Yeah, I'll give you that one. And nostalgia. That's a big one. Did the Ultimate Warrior have a catchphrase?
In
I can't help but
WCW.
compare them for some. What was it?
Well, that's understandable.
It's forced to happen. I feel.
Yeah, WCW. He was trying same warrior time, same warrior place, same warrior channel. It just
I never heard that before.
Like WWE, it was more like gibberish, and depending on what mood he was in, because there's sometimes he was subdued and sometimes he was like on 1,000, where you're just like, bro, calm down.
Right.
Calm down.
Just a little bit. Oh, see,
Yeah.
Andre, no.
Yeah, that's the only one.
I mean, you try.
You realize how much, just with Warrior, you realize how much the music was a part of his presentation when he went to WCW. Because if y'all was watching, y'all would realize it didn't hit the same. Like, even as somebody who was excited when Warrior came back in '96, because again, nostalgia. I'm 10 years old seeing somebody who I love as a 5 and 6 year old back in the ring, but I was excited, and I was like, I didn't care about none of the backstage stuff. But then we went to WCW 2 years later. I'm like, oh man, Warriors on WCW. This is gonna be so cool. Halloween Havoc '98. But then it was like something missing, and it was the whole presentation of running down the ropes, the ring. He didn't do all that.
Right. But it also goes to show you when, and I don't want to go too far into this, but like when a company knows how to package you and make a presentation and play to your strengths as opposed to your weaknesses. But then when you go somewhere where like the asylum, what do they say? The inmates run the asylum, and then they have creative control in the asylum. Oh, there's a reason why you didn't do this before. Can we get into this one, because I'm a big
So who gonna do it?
Ramon fan.
Oh, Justin did the toothpick, so I think
Now I feel like going to go get the toothpicks and fucking like say hello to the bad guy.
Hey, I
Hey,
say when you
your
watch
turn,
his,
Scandal.
when you watch his, I like no, but I like say hello to the bad guy, but I like to say hello to Reza Ramon. That's why I love when he used to say
Ooh, me
that. Used to send me chills,
too.
like as a kid, and it's funny because like tired me on Friday nights, I literally
Mhm.
let YouTube run, and it'll run into an old episode of
Mm.
like the episodes, and his vignettes come up for some reason on my YouTube. It came up, and I'm just like, I just like his aura. Like we talk about guys with swag. I don't know. Like I feel like me, I could
He had
understand the
it.
ladies because like even with the hair on the chest and the chain and the toothpick and the drop down, I'm just like, oh my god, yeah, okay, okay.
I feel like he was the first cool heel
He was.
that I can remember,
I
I
and
feel like
agree.
that's what I get too.
it felt like that's the reason why they changed him so quickly. Um, because it was like I feel like yeah, after WrestleMania
Hmm.
9 when he
Right,
beat Backlund,
right.
it was like okay, next thing you know, he was a good guy.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what I also think is the effect of that, which happens. And remember, we had that conversation with Bobby Lashley. Like they tried so hard to make Bobby Lashley a heel, but like we're not booing a veteran. Like it's not in this day and age, not next day and age, nothing. People like him no matter what he does. So I feel
Mhm.
like that, like Razor Ramon was kind of like that first effect of maybe Vince seeing, like, okay, maybe he's a little too over for him to be a bad guy, and
Mm.
people like also it also
Mm-hmm.
acknowledges the fact though that some people like the bad guy.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
had natural swag, man. And for someone that was playing Latino, I swore he was Latino. I was like, oh shit, we made it.
Oh,
Let's
the
go.
way he said Reza Ramon.
Even though we had Tito Santana, but at the same time, like Tito Santana, we didn't take like he wasn't cool like Razor because Razor just had
Mhm.
natural swagger and Heenan stayed fucking up Tito Santana's like finishing move as like a rib,
Mhm.
which is like,
Oh,
yeah,
that's fucked
Matador, Mexican, we're just
up.
gonna fuck up. Was it a Plaza de Monte? But Razor just had natural swag. It's like, oh yeah, one of us. And then we're like, wait, he's not Latino? We're still claiming him.
Wow, that's interesting because I never heard it
Yeah.
from that perspective.
You gotta remember, like representation, but especially back in like the early '90s, it was more
Mhm.
like black and brown was more like in the stereotypical roles, like a
Right.
Virgil, like a El Matador,
Oof.
and even like fucking was it Iron Sheik became Colonel Mustafa and that type of shit.
Right.
Where it's
Yeah.
almost like WWE's always had that habitual habit of like if you're not white and have a certain look, we kind of don't push you in the main event unless you get like
A
nuclear over.
stereotype.
And The Rock was always like an exception to that rule, but The Rock kind of like played between the lines. And you
Yeah,
can
Mhm.
kind of say the same
that's
with like
true.
Roman Reigns and the Samoans.
Yeah.
That's true. And just also like the legacy of that. Like you're gonna respect, like everyone can, if you like wrestling, you're gonna respect the Samoan dynasty. Like you know what
Mhm.
I mean? Like black, like they're kind of like, I don't want to say race isn't a thing, but it's just like the history there where
They
you're not going.
protected the locker room.
Right,
Hmm.
right. That is 100% true. And also just the history of the Razor Ramon character is because a lot of those catchphrases, like say hello to the bad guy, that's from
I
Scarface.
mean, 90% of like
You
Razor
know,
Ramon's character is Scarface. If you watch
literally,
Scarface, you'll be
literally.
like, yeah, that's Tony, that's Tony,
Hmm.
that's Tony.
And if you're a wrestling head, you're gonna be like, oh, did they? Is this a play on Razor Ramon?
You're
Like
like,
he literally had razors on his gear to
yeah, it's like, did
represent.
Tony
Like,
Montana watch Razor Ramon? It's like, you do know Scarface was made in like the early to mid 80s, right? This
I
kind of
just love
predates
that.
Razor, but
No, but I love that backstory too because like just the ignorance of everyone backstage. They're like, "Wow, this is a really inventive character," and like they're laughing because it's based on.
But at the same time, Scarface didn't blow up. Scarface was like the definition of like a cult classic. It didn't do well in the box office. It got trashed by critics because they're
Mm.
like,
It was
what
a
the fuck is Pacino doing? He's trying to do this Latino
I would
accent, but
never
it's not
know that.
Carlito's way. But then it grew another life because us, the black and brown community, love that shit. We love rags to riches. We love, yo, that's one of us coming from the bottom up. And we don't get a lot of those movies. So
Mhm.
we kind of made it very popular when it really didn't hit like that. Like a lot of people thought it bombed.
Right. It like you said,
Right.
it became a cult classic, and I can't help but think about that picture of Razor Ramon in the hood. with the chain.
Dude, wait, okay, I'm gonna turn the camera off real quick because
Yeah.
y'all know how I love a good phonetic purchase. So I'm gonna show you something because that
Oh.
bringing that up is interesting. Hold on.
Okay,
I'll
okay.
be
Yes, Justin always comes with the
And
fact.
it coincides because when Razor started blowing up is when Scarface got that second life and started popping up on TV. And then
Oh,
that's when it's like, oh shit, these kind of things go hand in hand.
oh,
Mhm.
TV made it that cult class, like just by being in syndication.
Yeah, because we stayed having the damn VHS and it's like, bro, we'll watch this again and again and again because this is fucking cool.
I've never seen it. I've had the video game on Xbox, and I beat it, but I've never seen the movie.
I mean, I don't know how well it's aged, but I feel like it's an experience watching it.
Gotcha.
It's aged very well. It's surprisingly well, given that it's made again in the 80s. It's aged very well, and obviously, the music ages well because like a lot. Ooh,
Ooh, I love it.
I love that one.
Love it so much.
look at it says bad guys last forever. So if Fanatic or WWE wants to sponsor your girl, I'm just saying, don't be afraid to slide to the left. And
It's crazy.
I'm dying to be an affiliate at this point.
You talk about his history too. You think about like how long he been around. Like Razor was down in WCCW and AWA. You know him and Kurt Hennig, and that's why like I love when he came there. You know, so it was so much cool, especially once he became a good guy. You know, walk around telling people, "Hey yo," you know his other catchphrase.
I remember the Hall of Fame too. A lot of people, I think, the Hall of Fame excitement to have NWO was good, but I think a lot of people were just excited to see Scott Hall back, see him
He made it.
and he made it. Like a lot of people were just excited for him. Like it's like he was the bad guy, but also he did for the greater good.
Right. Came a long way.
Rest in peace.
I know.
Rest in peace. Sandal, what's a catchphrase you grew up reciting or loving or remember?
Can you dig it?
Ooh, that's a good.
Now, can you dig that?
Okay, can I just say, just for the record, that I find
to my grandmother. Ode to my grandmother because
I love that.
That was Booker T was her guy. When he was getting
Oh
his ass
my
whooped, she wasn't happy, and when he was winning, she loved
he was
it.
our representation too, like you know, 5-time. But I just find Booker T to be one of the funny, like not, when he's like he doesn't try to be funny, but he is so comical. Like everything he does to me is just like so funny, and he like. Sorry. But yeah, that's a good catchphrase.
You know what? It broke my heart though when he changed to King Booker, and it was oh hell, King Booker. I had to learn to adapt to that because then he had beautiful Queen Charmel on his side, so I can't be mad at him
royalty
for changing it. But like, can you dig that specifically?
Yeah, Andre, you're right. He had a slew of catchphrases.
Booker T
He
was that
is
guy.
a character. Like everything. Oh, what?
Shucky ducky quack quack.
Oh yeah, man.
Oh, that's not a catchphrase. That's just a grunt. But
from the ad-libs to the catchphrases, you can't go wrong with Booker T. You can't.
Really can't.
You can't.
You really can't.
You can't.
I will get you. Was you a Harlem Heat fan? Did you watch WCW? Let me know how far you go back. But what about
you peasant? Wait, put that back up.
I loved the King Booker era. I must say, like it was
peasants.
So good.
People don't sad that I know exactly what Andre's referring to in his with that. Tell me he didn't say that. Like we all know what that's in reference to.
Yeah, that's another one of the fun. I don't even know if I want to say funny, infamous. Like what?
Infamous is a good word because it's like you really just fucking did that on national television, Vince. And then to cut immediately to Booker, just like
I would like to ask him about that off the record.
Please do. If you ever get the chance, for me, just do it.
That's one of the things you gotta like build and build and build up a relationship
Yeah, but like,
before you can't just be like, oh,
Yeah,
first
you're
off,
right.
we're in a
Yeah,
conversation.
Oh, right.
yeah, yeah. You're right.
Oh man, this one is good.
Champagne
Once they
wishes.
let him cook, he was hilarious.
Who King Booker?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
I
know
think
the
it.
thing.
Go ahead, Brian.
I was gonna say it's funny because that run wasn't that bad, and he got it like in that
I love
triple threat match. He got a go wins over John Cena and Bobby Lashley, who were WWE and ECW champion, and
Mm.
you know him beating Rey Mysterio. Was it Rey Mysterio? Yeah, Rey Mysterio. I was like, wait a minute, and then you just remember the whole night ending with Charmel saying, "Oh hell, King Booker," and it was like that annoying sound that just carries on because she just kept it on repeat, and it was like this is how the show gonna go off, you know. But oh, Keith took it back. Quote the Raven, nevermore.
Oh boy.
That's
Who's
Raven
catchphrase?
That was Raven
Shouts to
WCW with the
ECW,
Raven
man.
slot. Well, I guess you could,
I was gonna say,
yeah, ECW as
so we're
well.
going Edgar Allan Poe in this bitch.
He got deep.
But that was Raven's thing. That
Shout out
was
to
what Raven
Baltimore.
used to have. Uh,
Don't
He
pull
said
a
Edgar
Philly.
Allan Poe.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you think we named the Ravens?
okay.
Because yeah,
Yeah.
that's the reason why they named the Ravens. Because Edgar Allan Poe's from Baltimore.
Shut up!
Yeah.
I knew that. I knew that. I knew that. I knew that. That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, Raven was dope.
So I wouldn't call it a flex because Edgar Allan Poe is depressing. So are you trying to say Baltimore is depressing city?
I'm just talking
or-
about the
Have you watched The
poetry.
Wire?
Okay. Ooh.
Wow.
Ooh.
I haven't. So
What's this? Oh, it looks like a clock.
Oh
I'm gonna
man.
have to watch The Wire because I'd be lost. I'm like,
Yo,
I
if
just
you
walk,
were,
It
and
I
is
just walk
but it's
outside.
on the list because I think
yeah,
All right.
it's
because
deep.
people were
It's
like, "You're
deep.
watching The
It's deep.
Sopranos when The Wire's right there." I'm like, "Yeah, but we watched The Wire. Like, give The Sopranos a chance to cook
Yes.
because
I like The Sopranos.
The
So
Sopranos
far,
is
what I've been
good.
saying.
It's great. You haven't even gotten into the
You haven't gotten to the
okay.
nitty-gritty of it yet. I give you to
Let's
like
say
season
you watch
4.
The Sopranos too, right?
The Sopranos is good, but
We was just talking
there's
about
like some things that really do not age well.
At
in The
No, they don't.
all.
Sopranos.
No,
Not
we
at
ain't
all.
gotta talk
absolutely
It's
about
not.
what's
like
going to age well.
it's like
A lot of it
We not
doesn't age well at all.
yeah.
TV, though. Oh, big
But
fun.
a lot of
That's
it, I'm
everybody loves
sorry,
that part
a
from the
lot of
Cosby
it
Show.
is
You
not.
said
It's actually not
Oh
big
funny at all.
fun
wow!
in
I'm
Baltimore.
getting schooled tonight. I remember.
Yeah, that's what I vividly remember
I
that.
remember that episode so vividly, but the Baltimore part never
Yeah,
like
oh,
because like
so
Baltimore,
I'm probably 7 or 8 when we was watching, so that means my sister's like 6 or 5 or 6. Shout out to her, her birthday Sunday, and
Oh,
she goes, "They said Baltimore on TV." She's like, "She said Baltimore."
oh.
Then she's like, "What's so bad about coming to Baltimore?"
Yo, your mom was probably like,
If
I don't got
only you
enough
knew.
time. I don't have enough
If
time.
you only knew.
Because that was the Cosby Show was
Yeah.
our introduction to New York. That's what that was like our first time ever hearing in New York because they would say it on there. But it's like, well, what's the big deal? She just came to Baltimore.
Oh my god, that is
I make that reference
good
when I hear,
to you.
woo.
This is good.
Mhm.
I think we can have a whole section on the Eddie Guerrero stuff, but the lie, cheat, and steal,
Mhm.
it's good.
That is a life motto.
Good.
When in doubt, what would Eddie do?
I'm like, is that your life motto?
I mean, I did have a life before I met y'all, and I'm just gonna leave it at that.
All right.
Oh, man.
I believe it.
That's good. Latino heat is good because you could use it so many different ways.
First, wait, real quick.
Mhm.
Justin had posted some throwback pictures of him on Twitter one time.
Ooh.
I had to catch myself early in the morning. I was like, okay. If
Was
you'd have
it?
told
Was
me,
it?
if you just told me, mommy, come here,
Ooh.
I was just saying. Not that it's not like that now, because Justin's still an attractive guy. But
What
I'm
the
just saying.
fuck does that mean?
I'm just saying the throwback
He
one.
was just going to say you the bro.
You the bro.
Oh
I
my
had to
god.
bring it. I had to bring it back. I'm sorry.
I done
Because
downgraded
looking
from a
at
snack to a bro.
No.
She's like, yo, you
You
look good
are
back then. What
still a
happened?
you
snack.
still
You
a
are
snack,
still a
but like I
snack.
can't. You still a snack because we're so close in that way. I can't look at you like that. But I'm saying if you weren't
You
the
go in the
bro
fridge.
back, if I met you back then before you became the bro, it definitely would have been like, "What's
I
up?
don't
What's up,
know.
Rocky?"
Younger 20s me was wild, crazy, did not give a fuck. It was on some fuckboy shit.
You
I went through
always
some
say
real
that
hard
Always say that.
lessons.
because
But have
when
you
I
You can
seen
show it.
Patricia?
yeah,
Have you
yeah.
seen it? You
I
have
have
to.
seen it. I
Okay.
have seen it, and I always tell him that because you grew up in the Bronx, like you look like someone that would be like one of my friends. Like we would, da da da. And you always say like, well, "I don't know if you want to hang around me and my."
Yeah, be like, oh, that's Jay. Yeah, I heard about him. It's like, and they're like, what
Yeah.
the fuck's that supposed to mean? It's like, oh shit, here we go.
What would have been your catchphrase?
But I'm sorry, the 20s is everybody's fuckboy era. I'm sorry, even some girls. So
That
you
I'm
part.
can't
just
really
happy.
knock you
I'm just
for
happy
it.
to
Because
have survived it.
even I had a bubblegum bitch era, as Patricia would know. Because remember, my mouth used to be worse than it was now, Patricia, in our 20s. Like
Jesus Christ.
I had people blocking me in my 20s. So I fully understand. That's the tourist in me. I can't help it. But
I'm
Yeah.
just thankful I outgrew it because there were times where it got real close to, yeah, you ain't gonna live to see another day.
Oh my god.
Wild and Crazy really was like, chill or else.
Okay.
Thankfully, God was like, I got other plans for you. I'm gonna move you out the way. You're gonna have to learn this hard
Amen.
lesson, but we gotta move you because you going on a path where it's like there ain't no coming back from that.
Yeah.
Mm.
I'm glad
Amen to
that
that.
amen to that for sure. And I'm glad that you here now.
Hell yeah, you need more Latino heat to bring it back to the catchphrases. We need
Latino
more Latino
heat.
heat here.
Latino heat. So Andre, rest in peace. That reminds me of my childhood for sure. Undertaker's catchphrase. Does he have another one you think, or you think that's kind of like his main one?
I'll make you famous.
Was that
Who's that?
It
I'm
probably
sorry.
has to be Biker
Biker?
Taker
Yeah, that's right.
because old school Taker, Paul Bearer did all the talking, and then
Yep.
if Taker did it, it was really like cut a promo and then rest in peace.
Because by the time he was like, and this is towards the end of the Biker Taker run, it was more about him letting everybody know he was like the leader, and you being in the ring essentially was a privilege, even though he was going to take you out. He's like, you keep talking, I'll make you famous. And I want to say that started with DDP and rest in peace Canyon, because the whole stalker and stuff, and I feel like that's where that era started right there.
Mm-hmm.
I completely agree with that one. I'm looking at the time. I want to remind everyone we watch AEW Dynamite as a family. So turn it on.
Yeah,
Let
because
us
Hook will
know
win the world title tonight.
the good stuff. It's about to get real. I had to cue this up because it's still wild to me that this was a thing back then. Like literal lips on his ass.
I'm an ass man. I'm an ass man. Brother Hugh used to do that all the time in school in
Hey,
7th grade.
Trell. Stop it. I couldn't say ass man as a kid. It was a lot of things I couldn't say. Like I would
We
have to
couldn't
say
either.
fruit man
Yeah.
or give me a heck. Oh no, I couldn't even say heck as a kid either. It was all those things.
Give me a hell yeah.
Give me a But it's
Yeah.
funny because like anytime I was in private, I was like
Yep.
this and shit like that. Does this count as a? I don't want to get blocked on YouTube. Does that count as a catchphrase because it's very effective?
No, well, his was that's the bottom line. But
Was
the
I
thing,
supposed to finish it?
huh?
Because
Yeah.
People, let's get information. What the heck?
That's your man.
I know. I gotta make him more visible again on here. But I wanted to save Austin because we could go on and on about him. Um okay, I don't remember this. Was this a WCW?
See, DDP saying bang, you know,
It would
that's
be
when he
like
was
the
throwing up the
diamond
rock.
cutter and then bang.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, I guess that you would consider that a catchphrase, or you just consider it, you know, just a saying, you know, just for his shirt. But I mean, I guess you could say it so.
Okay, so is Adam Cole's
I would say
boom
it's just
a
a saying.
catchphrase?
That's like
That's what it
saying
like.
Macho
Boom.
Man's "Ooh yeah." That's not a catchphrase. That's kind of like a saying more than a catchphrase.
I feel
Let's
like
get
the dig
into
it
that.
part is the end, the catchphrase. The oh
Mm.
yeah, and then if he was to do that now, because remember they wasn't cutting a lot of live promos in the ring, so
Right.
I feel like if he was to do that, it would be like oh yeah, and then the fans would go dig it, you know.
Maybe.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
I can see that too. That's my dude,
Speaking of
Samoa Joe, man.
classics, love my champion. This is a
Too
classic right here because
sweet.
that's something that people in the street will literally be like like, and I'm like, bro, and I'm like, oh yeah.
Well, were
But
you wearing this
that,
shirt?
yes, um, like, and sometimes I forget what I'm wearing, and then I'm like, get your fingers out of my face. But then I'm like, oh, too sweet, yeah.
Oh,
And I
I see.
didn't realize Justin is so close to getting kicked out the club.
Oh, what's gonna happen in 2024?
We
This is
haven't done it
coming.
yet. He hasn't been kicked out in a
Let
while.
me get
I'm getting
ready.
thrown over the top rope like a bushwhacker.
Let me get ready.
This vignette for Samoa Joe versus Hook is the most push thing I've ever seen in my life. But it
God.
makes me
Wait,
happy for Hook.
I'm sorry, wait, who the fuck is Hook?
He's the idiot that threw away a great slice of
I had
pizza.
to. I had to do
How
it.
dare you?
That made me so mad. I was like, first of all, and on top of that, I will understand if it was like some Chicago. I understand anywhere else you got the pizza from, but you were dead in the middle of Red Hook, Brooklyn, and you threw away a slice of your own.
You threw away a good slice
You
of
threw
pizza.
away the food of the land of your people.
It's like, ugh, go comb your hair
Your
and sit
daddy should have
down.
whooped your ass as a kid just for doing that.
Oh my God. I
It's
forgot
overrated,
that was
daddy.
his. Oh, okay. I did see a Taz catchphrase in the comments. Let me
Yo,
try to
Triple H
find
destroyed
it.
him like that.
Yo, I come and then
know
reduced him to
that.
commentary.
And I thought he was really good. Me and Latrice, because we was hype. We was like, oh, he's from New York. His music is fire. Like,
Reduced
we
that
was
man
hype
to
on him
commentary.
in the Madison Square Garden. It was like, okay. And then it just was like, womp womp.
Reduce that man to category to
So
commentary.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he does very well on commentary.
I agree, but it's just like the way it was done. I would never sit right
Yeah.
in my mouth. And of
Right.
course, we opened up. Wait, what's his catchphrase? If you're watching Dynamite right
Well, it
now,
used to be because that's how I roll.
no, he has a new one now.
Wait,
I
who?
forgot. Christian.
Christian Cage.
Mm.
Oh, it's not go fuck yourself?
Ooh.
Yeah, that ain't it.
Or
He just
salute
be
to the
talking about
fathers.
people daddy so many goddamn times. I
Yo,
don't even
and guess
know
what?
his
He going against the ultimate son who got the ultimate daddy, Dustin Rhodes.
All right, stop saying daddy.
Where is Nick Wayne's mama? Show her to us.
But why?
Huh?
Why?
People come to see the mother. I don't care what nobody say.
She
Nobody invested in Nick Wayne like that.
Ooh. Not Brian Short is saying this in mid.
She,
Oh my god.
It's called the Midwest because everything in it is mid. Because I'm better than you.
Oh yes. I have a
gold.
question.
Mm-hmm.
What is the because okay, so as we're like digging into catchphrases, we even had to define it a little bit at one point, different from a saying. So I was thinking of like the 5-second pose.
Oh my god.
So what's the difference between like a gimmick and a catchphrase? If you get my question, you know what I mean? Like,
remember, the gimmick is your entire persona. It's how you walk, talk, breathe, sleep, your personality. But when it comes to a catchphrase, it's just something that when you hear it, they instantly could think of you. Like I'm always going to throw back SummerSlam. You had people walking around Detroit going, yeah, but like
that was wild.
You wasn't thinking of anybody else except LA Knight because of how he says it.
Now, see, that's a good point. I feel like LA Knight and Daniel Bryan are exceptions to the rules because they got one word catchphrases. but I
Right.
usually feel like it's something. It's a callback. It's that.
Okay.
Jay Uso's another one, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's you say a couple words, the
I
fan
like that
catches it.
blurted one. I'm
Thank
sorry.
you. I love the blurred one. It's so cute.
So that like even like when the Usos would say y'all the twos and we the ones, you know what I
Mm.
mean?
Mm.
Bougie would say because at first it's funny I was gonna put on my bougie shirt because the one that said everything
Obsessed with
bougie.
this shirt. I'm sorry. This is the shirt
I
that I could
love
literally
Hold
wear.
on,
it.
lift it up a little bit because I. Oh yeah, that's
Nice.
the new one.
Obsessed.
That
That's
shit
the one from Storyline
fire.
Tees. I'm
See, yeah,
obsessed with this. I'm
yeah, I
sorry.
gotta get
Like
it.
I will literally wash this shirt and I'm supposed to go out for ramen Friday. I literally wear this shirt with the leather jacket. Like I like shirts like that. I
Hey.
like wrestling merch like that. Like you can wear
Same.
it with anything. Like because
Mhm.
when I wore it to the Big Four, even the producer at what WTF Studio was like, "Yo, your shirt's fire." And I was like, "Thank you." And he was like, "Is that a rapper?" I was like, "No, he's a wrestler. It's a
Oh my
friend. He's a friend of the show.
god.
Gotta support him.
It's
I
so
gotta put him on these
cool.
YouTube channels. That's my goal
Mhm.
going forward. But yeah, I
Love
like
it.
merch like that. But what would Jay Bougie say?
No, I'm saying so like everything bougie now. But before,
Mm,
when it was take witness and God bless, So I always feel like
Right.
it's that connection you have with the
right,
crowd. You say a couple words, they say a couple words. But
right,
and like I said, the '90s was different because Bret Hart would say, "I am the best there is, best there was, and best there ever will be." But again, fans wasn't in the ring saying at all time for the fans to catch it.
right,
So what do you think is the biggest difference? So like especially with time going on, you have CM Punk
Hmm.
saying, "I'm the best in the world."
Hmm.
Do you think that it's fair that a catchphrase makes the persona or it hinders the persona? Like, what's everyone's
Ooh.
thoughts on that?
I think it's kind of what Brian was saying, where it has to be like a callback, where you can, now in modern wrestling, like it has to be something that catches on so much that you are confident enough that the crowd is going to finish it. Like
Mhm.
even like LA Knight, where he'll pause and the crowd will do the yeah, like they know to do it. So I think it like all kind of like ties in together.
Mhm.
I mean, we do know of catchphrases that kind of flop. Like for one, I don't even know if this is a catchphrase. Like I personally don't like Cody's "What do you want to talk about?" I hate it. It's cringe. I don't know why. I love Cody. I know he is one of my favorite people on the planet.
You just stretched that as cringe, girl. Like
Oh my
that
god,
was it.
I like me and Letty literally cringe every time he says it. But like, it's something that the city wherever he is, they're gonna say
It
it, and
catches
they know
on.
to say it. Yeah. So I think that's where I go with like catchphrases, and then you got the ones. Can we go into some of the ones we don't like?
It's
Go
I
ahead,
was gonna
Jason.
say
Now,
like it's not just the crowd saying it; it's also the cadence because I'm thinking of
Mm,
like one of my personal favorites right now is
yeah.
not in WWE; it's actually in New Japan with
Hey,
Tetsuya
Letty.
Naito and
Okay.
Lij. Even though that's more like a roll call, but like the
mhm.
fans know the entire cadence, they know everyone in the roll call. This is how Naito always signs off when he main events, and he does that thing with the crowd where they know it word by word, and they could do it on
Mhm.
cue with the wrestler. That's another thing where it's like it doesn't have to be just catchphrases. Like they know the cadence, they know how you're supposed to say it, when to say it,
Mm-hmm.
and all that.
It's like Kenny Omega too. When he was in New Japan, he would say
Yeah,
goodbye
same
and good night.
thing.
Yeah.
Goodbye, mwah, and good night.
Mm.
Bang.
Right. Bang. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I think too. I know we're like all over the place, but I think this is such a good conversation because catchphrases are so ingrained in
Mhm.
everything. So, we talked about merch, and that's really what you want to do. Like you want to create a character that's so captivating, and you're so invested that you want to say what they're saying, and it sounds good and it works, and the cadence works like Justin said. But what makes it a good t-shirt? Like,
So, but okay, I find it tricky because you can't put everything on a shirt, so that's gonna be
mhm,
hard for me to answer. So I'm interested in everybody else's because I'll give you the perfect example. Whoop That Trick is something that was strategically done by the fans to hype that man up, and it caught on like whirlwind. And mind you, it came out of a small performance center in Orlando. So
Right.
and Andre was me and Andre think alike. I swear to God sometimes because with whoop that trick, I'm sorry, you're gonna have a little bit more trouble putting that on a shirt. And then on top of that, like he got trick it easy, which that was just as hard for me to buy
That
as a
will be
shirt.
easier to do merch than Whoop That Trick because Whoop
Right,
That Trick is from Hustle and Flow, and now you're going
right,
against Hollywood and the Hollywood
Mm.
execs involved in that movie to
right.
fight over that catchphrase, and Hollywood's always gonna put their foot down, like, we own
Can't
that
you add
But
an
shit.
extra
then
O or like
no,
an extra letter? It still
no,
wouldn't work.
no.
Mm.
But look at Chad Gable's "Thank You." It's
Hmm.
in how
Thank
it's in how he brings
you.
it out.
Ew.
It's in how he says it because he could just be like, "Thank you," and even when he was healed, when he
Common
was like,
enough.
even with shoosh please, like the way is how it's presented.
Living it.
He looked like an English teacher that teaches wrestling.
A
He
thousand
really
percent.
do.
Like
Like,
you hate him as an English teacher, but you love him as a wrestling
Mr.
coach.
You know,
Gable, why'd you
yeah.
give me a C minus on this creative writing project? Shoosh.
the minute I don't know why, but every time I think of Chad Gable, I think of Right to Censor. I don't know
Oh my
why.
Oh.
god, that
I
fucking
don't know
group.
because when Chad Gable first started doing the no thank you and the shoosh please, like that's what it gave me. But now it's like I kind of like Chad Gable and the whole shoosh me
Yeah.
movement. I enjoy it.
I
But
liked
you,
it.
I enjoy
you
it.
you talk about putting it on t-shirts. I think that's what makes the best catchphrases, right?
Mhm.
Just bring it. But the best one, maybe better than just bring it, that crosses over everywhere is
Mhm.
I'm awesome by the Miz.
It
Because
is.
I hear that.
you look at Miz's shirts, you could wear them anywhere, and people would be, it's a
Mhm.
conversation starter. But you can also like that was the time period where you had a lot of closet wrestling fans, and they wouldn't mind where, if, especially if they was a Miz fan, because it's like, well, I could wear this shirt and not be clowned at the bar or at the club or whatever, because it's just say, "Hey, I'm awesome," or "Hello, I'm
No,
awesome."
yeah, it's true. Like the I have big balls. That was a really good one that
I
crossed
want
over.
that shirt.
I think that went well on a lot of you could wear that anywhere.
I'll wear that to the
Mhm.
gym. Be like, how's your boy?
Oh
His
my
pet.
god.
Let me get this
even
superset
even
in.
when
Oh my
Maurice
god.
was
Oh my
stuttering
god.
and she was like, "You don't talk about my
I think it's
husband's
time. I
his
think
bo-
it's time.
his package." That was so funny. We were different.
Ball so massive, he needs a sled.
Oh my gosh. Yo. That's
Yo.
true. We the ones is crossover. I think what helps too, the Usos give
The
hip
day
hop.
one stuff was
Right.
really
They give hip hop. They give
Mhm.
and let's be real, like black culture, hip hop culture is pop culture to a certain extent.
Mhm.
So that whole vibe is gonna cross over.
And they
And I
throw in
think
their
like
Samoan lineage in it.
exactly. Exactly. That's definitely a good one. Speaking of catchphrases that may not have been good on a t-shirt. Um, but my boss, so I would say my boss knew what I was talking about though, because he was like, on scrolling Netflix and he came across the wrestlers,
Mhm.
and of course he was like, that show. I was like, oh yeah, yeah, Al Snow. And sometimes I just gotta jog his memory, and I was like, he used to come out with the mannequin head, and he was like, what does everybody want? And I was like, we're not doing that, but yes, that's him. That is him, and he's a very nice guy. Um, but that's one that when he came out, the fans knew what to say.
Mhm.
Okay,
Oh,
can we
Godfather.
wait? Which particular?
The whole train.
Pimping. Oh yeah, definitely that.
Oh,
I was going with
Shane.
Pimpin' Ain't
Choo
Easy, but
choo.
Easy. That's a good one. Very relatable. Very relatable.
Mhm.
Can I say one that like was very triggering as a kid because you guys know the household I grew up in. It was very divided. It was a lot
Mm.
of turmoil. You had the Stone Cold side of the household. You had the Rock side of the household.
you would have
Um,
that much of a divided household. God
it
bless your
was it
heart.
was very intense. It was like Lakers and Celtics. Like it was very
Wow.
much like intense. But the way my dad used to hit me with this
Mm.
to the point like like I am triggered. But the fact that like I have so much emotion towards it, like does that make it one of the best catchphrases?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
You
because you couldn't
know.
get a word in.
That's all I'm gonna say. Is that The Rock's best catchphrase?
Oh,
Because it was no,
Yes.
yeah, it was because you use it good or bad. Like, what's your name? I said,
yeah,
it doesn't matter what your name is. Like, what kind of car you drive? It doesn't matter what kind of car you
yeah.
I'm
drive.
That
gonna
was.
need to.
Wyclef turned
Did
that into a
I'm gonna
fucking
need to
hit
pull
Yo,
up.
song.
that song
Mm-hmm.
was on
That's
repeat for me.
true.
I think I bought that album just to hear that
The Rock
song.
doesn't. It doesn't matter if you bought her diamond earrings.
Yo,
Yeah.
he's like, I drive a Ford Bentley. It doesn't matter whether you drive a Ford Bentley.
Oh my god. I
And
might
you could
need to
use
make
it. It could be situational. It could be just like humorous. It could be
Mm-hmm.
disrespectful when you're cutting someone off. I just saw the clip of what was it? Fucking Bulldog. 1, 2. It doesn't matter if the Rock counts to 3. Like you
I
could
don't think I've
freestyle it
ever
and use that
been
in
so
different
angry at The
ways.
Rock when he did that because I wanted that title off of Triple H so bad, and y'all know like I was like a low key British Bulldog mark. So
Oh,
when The Rock did that, I was I was so mad. I'm like, I know this just happened to you a couple
yo,
weeks ago.
you sound tight.
Triggered. They had the nerve to do the people's elbow slot, and that people's elbow was fire. But
Nah, that's
still,
good.
like I wanted Bulldog to finally get the WWE title.
Yeah. I like this one. RVC.
The whole damn show.
Yeah.
That's a good catchphrase.
Mm-hmm.
That is a really good. Hey Noah, what's your favorite wrestling catchphrase? What's the top tier wrestling catchphrase? I need to
I'd
know.
kind of want an Opal Sapien shirt just to see what
Yo,
the fuck
I dead ass
happens.
now. Yo, every time I see him talk about that now, and I talked about it on the show yesterday, and I was like, this man make me want a Omar shirt. And this I want an Omar Femi and an Omar's tag team like a hole in the goddamn head now. Literally.
Hey, too sweet pot.
I feel like what tag team do you guys think had the best catchphrase?
Mm. I don't like
Dudley's.
this tag. I was just gonna say I don't like this tag team like as much, but Get
Dudley's.
the Tables
As
is
soon as you
that
I'm walking
Devon,
right into that,
everyone knew
Brian. I'm
exactly
sorry.
how we're finishing that in unison. Get the
I got a
tables.
better one.
But it wasn't even
Oh,
that. It
you
was,
didn't know?
oh yeah, there you go.
that
That's
I got
very
somebody.
triggering for me as well.
See, that
really.
one's more triggering. Yeah.
What about
Well,
Are You Ready?
ooh, that's a good
When you
one.
heard it, you knew what it
That's
Yeah.
a
was
good
about.
one. I love that one. I
Is
am the
sucking a
game.
catchphrase?
Ooh, I just thought LOD has a
It
good
is. It is.
rat rush. It's like, oh
Well,
fuck, so I'm about to get
that
their ass
music is
whooped.
fire. That music is fire. Oh my
Yeah.
god. He,
Even you can't see me.
he
That's
said the best
so can
catchphrase
we
is
get in?
Homo sapiens right. What a
Double
rush.
All I
entendre.
know
That is
is
a good
everybody
right
just had
there.
their phones out at Wale Mania when Noah meets Omar's.
Oh
I
yeah,
have
my phone.
fucking saw that
I
nigga
have. I'm gonna
in
have my social media influencer light just beaming,
Yes.
and we will
hey,
have a just
And you if
mini
y'all
hey,
know
camera
about the
capture
light.
moments. And you know
all
me, I'm
about that
about
light.
lighting. But can we talk about the effect of you can't see me to the point where John Cena will
Ooh,
literally take a
good
picture? Like with, I remember when
one.
he took a picture recently. We're talking about recent when he took a picture with um MJF, and MJF had
Mhm.
posted it, and I go into the comments instantly because you know me. All you see is MJF and an invisible object, or MJF and a fan. It's like MJF who you taking a picture with. I was like, yo, the fact that niggas really be like, name this duo, and it was him and Dua Lipa. And some people were like, "Is Dua Lipa by herself? She looks good by herself." And it's Dua Lipa in a shadow. I'm like, y'all niggas
I
is slick.
think the longevity of
Yes.
a catchphrase definitely has to go into, even the ones we hate, which we're gonna go into a little before, like the what chance. Like I
Like
hate
how you said
some
that.
shits with a fucking passion. But
Right.
look, people still fucking saying it. So
Look, so I want to get into Shaft after I say what I have to say. So on NXT, And I was having a conversation with a friend because she watched my show last night and started watching NXT. And she was like, I don't get why everybody's barking for that guy. So I had to explain to her that Braun Breaker's gimmick when he first came was, I got that dog in me. And she was like, why would anybody want to sit in the audience and bark at somebody? She was like, me specifically being black, I ain't barking at no motherfucker. I was just like, girl. And then she was like, and then last night she said she was watching NXT and she was like, the guy said that their tag team name should be the Wolf Dogs.
That's like, of course, Braun Treader's gonna say some ignorant shit like that.
That is
Goddamn half and half.
It was the fact that he was dead fucking serious. He was like, I was in the shower, you know, and I was thinking, and then
It's like, wait, you thinking of men in the shower?
You're
Pause.
thinking of me in the shower, and he was like, how long you been thinking about this? For like 3 weeks, and he was like, we've been attacked.
He's like, no, I was thinking of the team in the shower. It's like double pause.
Yo, so it's just a matter of how things start, because now I go online and a couple of people are like, no, like, I like it. I'm like, y'all, that was a joke. Please don't have Triple H and Shawn in that office unless I'm all right. So the next line of merch needs to be the Wolf Dogs, because
that's crazy.
I hope not. I'm not
I
changing
got that
shit
dog
in
in me
Philly.
was enough. And then in Connecticut, people started barking, and I was like, oh my God, I feel like I'm in an Omega household, Omega frat house.
He was barking because his dad was the dog-faced gremlin.
I thought it was that too, but his shirts literally say, I got that dog in me with a dog on the front.
Big Papa Pump, holla if you hear me. That was a catchphrase.
That was a catchphrase. I like the ones that fans make, like, and it catches on. Like those are always cool. Yeah, like those are always cool, because like some shit you just gotta catch lightning in a bottle. Like you can't go and write like this is gonna be your catchphrase. Like it has to come, like Austin 316. I don't know if that's a catchphrase, but like that wasn't planned. Like it just worked. Yeah, we got into Booker T. We got into Booker T, Noah. And
we get into Shaft. SAWFT. Do you think that caught on? Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah, that caught on.
Is that Enzo?
That was the whole reason why Enzo and Kaz got over. Was because of that fucking thing.
Yeah.
That was huge. That was a good
catchphrase. Stand back as a hurricane coming.
Sometimes that could make you, yo. A good catchphrase, just
that literally put Enzo and Kaz to almost the top of the damn tag team division just off that catchphrase alone, and because Enzo could talk on the mic, and we liked Enzo at that time.
Truth be told, they was winning. They would have won the tag titles at WrestleMania 33 if it wasn't for the Hardys. The moment that Hardy Boy music hit, you knew.
Oh yeah,
that was Enzo and Kaz's night, and it felt like and it was just like that music hit. It was like, because that pop, like that's probably the first time at a wrestling show I lost my voice. It was like that started it, and then Naomi went and solidified it.
I'm so jealous that you was there.
Don't be. I was way up.
I was like,
that moment.
That Mania was but that was a hell of a moment. And for turning to get it.
That Mania was fun, but it's erased now because everything that happened don't exist no more.
Not even
unfortunately. Like I'm literally sitting there next to my friend Chrissy. Shout out to her and her husband. But I'm sitting there with them. He had just proposed to her 2 days before at Disney World, and then John Cena does it. So I'm watching her cry, and it was just like the greatest thing. And then Undertaker retired. It was like, oh, this is a great night. Nope.
That's the thing. Is like Mania 33 is more memories than matches, which is why it's not a rewatchable. And a lot of those memories have been taken away. Like the Cena Nikki stuff, we saw how that ended. The Taker retirement, he doesn't retire. The Randy, we purposely don't talk about the Randy Orton Bray Wyatt match because that match was
But we finally got Brock and Goldberg the way we should have got it.
We don't talk about Kevin Owens and Jericho because that match was, and that's the thing is like a lot of those matches like
Brock didn't have a catchphrase. Is he probably the most over?
No, well,
the next big thing
is
he never said a catchphrase though. Like
I feel like
sayings and descriptions.
Yeah, I think Heyman.
Oh no, his was Super City bitch. That was his. He literally he said he did that during the main event of Mania 31 when he's facing Roman. That's where it started. Suplex City bitch, and then we're like, oh, that's sticking.
Botchamania caught it on the camera mics. And then the internet ran with it, and that's when they started.
And that's when they started putting the merch with like the exit signs.
Yeah,
For
so he
Suplex
got
City.
merged, but he don't have Brock didn't have that catchphrase. If anything, Paul Heyman has a catchphrase. If you want to say the way he would describe reigning and defending, or my name is Paul Heyman, because
That's a
Eat,
again,
sleep, conquer,
catchphrase.
repeat.
yeah, the people catch up to it.
That's true. That
But
is true.
I don't know. Do we know anybody else with a good catchphrase? I'm trying to think.
Yeah,
I feel like we've said more
Oh hell
WWE
yeah,
people.
$1 million man. Everyone's got a price.
Oh,
Ooh,
that's
that's a
definitely
good
good.
How did
one.
I let you say thank you, Trish, today? And you didn't
Thank
thank
you,
Trish
Trish. I
in the beginning of the
know.
broadcast like
I
you were supposed
didn't. You
to.
know what it
You're
is?
slacking, sir.
I've been
We're slacking.
I've been practicing privately.
Mhm.
So it's
Private practice. I like
right,
that.
exactly.
I
But
say it in my
thank you,
mornings.
Trish.
Thank you, Trish. I
Oh
woke up
Lord.
today.
Lord have
Wait, what's
mercy.
Trish Stratus's catchphrase? I
That one.
know.
It's the probably the thank you, Trish stuff.
No, but I'm talking about like before. Like, was she known for anything
Mm,
before?
not
She was
really.
known for the puppies, thanks to your
Well,
boy Jerry
technically,
Lawler. She was known for being.
technically, Deborah was known for the puppies,
There we go.
because
Boobs. Yep.
Listen, Jerry the King Lawler made that puppy thing work. I'm sorry.
Sable had a catchphrase.
What did Sable have?
All the
All
women who come
all the men that come to all
see
the women I want to be me, and
And
the
all the
men
men
I
that
want to
want to see
see.
me. Hey!
That's right, girl.
that's the
Oh, there
lovely
you
part of the
100%
go.
show.
satisfaction.
Shame on us. Shame on us. That's
Wait,
definitely it.
Tony. So, okay. So I did ask. I was like, does anybody at AEW have a catchphrase? And it's chin up,
It's
Look at
tits
the
out, and watch for
watch
the
for the
shoe.
shoe.
so good. She's so fucking good. Yeah, let's get into some other promotions because I know like TNA had some ones. I don't know how well they've aged, but are there any TNA catchphrases?
Oh, I forgot how intense Battle of the Belts was. I'm sorry. I'm watching a recap. Jesus Christ.
Nah, off
Any?
the top of my head, I can't think of TNA. That was at a time when I wasn't watching like that.
Yeah, I can't think of none either. Like I said, that's how I roll. Did nah?
Only thing I could think of TNA is the Broken Hardys and the delete, delete,
That's a
delete.
good one.
Yeah.
I think Beer
That's
Money had a catchphrase, and I have to look at it now, real
Oh,
quick.
I feel like they would have.
I have to remember what it was. Damn it. I think they did. I think.
I'm mad that P said
Beer
TNA. We're all
Money.
drawing blanks. Like,
Adam!
fuck. Can I use a lifeline?
That was good. What about Kurt Angle? I feel like he was so known for his
It's
catchphrases.
real. It's damn real. And
Oh, it's
It's
true.
TNA.
true. It's
It's
But
damn
damn
true.
Damn
true.
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 But that
Yo,
was
y'all,
that. Yeah. Mhm.
y'all saw the video of him talking about how he became a meme recently. He was
No,
so
I ain't see the video of him talking about it.
he was just like, I don't understand why that particular thing. It's just funny
Oh,
hearing
yeah,
like older
dude.
people
We
talk
talk about
about
TNA.
like
Remember when Matt Morgan called himself the DNA of TNA?
No.
It was the most cringe thing on the planet. I stopped watching TNA after Matt Morgan because I couldn't
The
personally stand Matt
DNA
Morgan.
of
Yes, he used to
TNA.
call himself the DNA of TNA. I
that's
just remember that.
fucking wild.
I wish Nikki Busu was in the chat because like that shit used to irk me. And then it was on this risk of he would go on Twitter and say it like, dude, who puts their catchphrase on Twitter? Who do that?
Jericho.
Oh
Demo
god.
God.
Oh
Oh
god.
my god. Yeah, you suck. That's a good one because now it's become a term of endearment now.
Does anybody remember Aces and Eights?
Vaguely,
With
Yeah.
Bully
but
Ray?
not like that.
So
That
there,
fake Sons of Anarchy.
yes, with them pleather vest. Yo, the pleather vest used to send me. Them shits didn't even shine. Like you're gonna get a leather
Y'all got me
jacket, let it
fucked up.
shine.
Y'all truly got me fucked up
I
tonight.
mean, they're in TNA. They couldn't afford the real leather.
No,
Give them the
I'm not trying
pleather.
to hear
Oh my god, please.
that.
Wait, what is yo? What is Noah talking about? Y'all gotta fill me in because I didn't
The
watch
main, remember the main
TNA.
event Mafia. I talked about this on the
Oh
TWG episode of
yeah.
TNA, and I said that the one thing that always threw me off with main event Mafia is where the hell did Booker T get a fake African accent from? Like he
Yeah.
had a
Oh my
strong
God. Yeah.
fake Nigerian accent, and I'm like,
Why?
why?
So
And
what did he
Kofi
do?
kicked
Trade with
him.
Kofi? Like Kofi,
Yeah,
you get
they
this Jamaican
Kofi
accent. Let me get the
him.
African one.
And
Yeah.
that was when they was on there. We hate WWE tour, and he was like, "Yo, you was mad. People was mad that he became, King Booker. That was the only way he could become champion." And then that was the thing. But he go to TNA, become an African king.
That's
Booker T
But
getting in the ring. Boom.
he loved he will
Booker T.
swear you up and down that Main
Oh.
Event Mafia is the legendary group belonging up there with DX, the NWO, and the Bloodline.
mm, I mean,
By names, the names in it, but not
I
at
don't
the
know
time
about
frame.
So
it.
Alex Schilling, when he was in TNA, his catchphrase was "Give me a shell, yeah." Give me a shell, yeah.
He tried it.
He tried it.
Mm-hmm.
Very
No,
much.
but and then Ace their thing was I can't remember. It was something along. What was it? When you're rolling with the ace something. I have to look at. Here I go. It was like
Scared
when.
how this is gonna go.
Yo,
Wait,
shout
hold
out
on.
to AEW. I just saw on
When you
Twitter.
rolling with the ace and eights, you never walk alone on some on some like mild shit. Poor
That's
Bully
cool.
Ray trying to find his footing after being in a tag team with someone who made you more enthusiastically looking. Anyway,
Oh my god, this is the greatest thing ever. I was just scrolling Twitter, and obviously AEW is going on right now. Someone posted a photo from like the crowd. Someone in the crowd in AEW has a sign that says, "I came, I scissored, I came, ... again."
Oh my God.
wait, so
Never change,
TNA
AEW
scissor me
fans.
daddy ass.
That is a
That
catchphrase.
is a catchphrase.
Sister me daddy.
The acclaim have arrived.
Oh my God.
There you go. Yep. That's the clean one.
Oh, that's a good one. Oh my
I
God.
kind
You
of
know
want
what
that.
I used to love?
What?
I got kids.
Mhm.
It kind of made me like him. Like I
Oh
was
my
rooting
god.
for him. I was like, yo, he gotta take care of his kids.
He was in
I-
Philly too when we were there. I was resisting the urge to go to him and just fucking say that. I got kids too. How are they?
I bet you people yell that shit at him all the fucking time.
I bet you they do. They have to.
Believe.
I feel like it'd be a waste if you did not at least say that to him.
Yeah, it's like when you hear like sitcom characters say how like they'll be walking down the street and like fans would yell their catchphrases at them. Like I know it has to be that way with wrestlers. Like it
Yeah.
has to be. Like
It's probably happier too, because it's like
yeah,
so niche. Where sitcoms, they probably get annoyed with it. Wrestler is like, oh,
right.
So okay, the one last thing I remember about TNA. So I guess Taz was in his Jay the King Lawler phrase. So whenever the beautiful people used to come out, he used to say on the commentary, "Let the pigeons loose." And I just thought that was like the most cringe thing ever to do to a knockout because knockouts are not pigeons.
That's
yo, like
They're
the
not
song was
pigeons.
not in a term of endearment.
And that's what used to get me. Like
Shout
you
out to
from the
Sporting
hood.
Thieves.
You from the
Sporting
hood. You should know
That's
Shout
that
out
pigeons
Sporting
is not a
Thieves.
term
If
of
you know about
endearment.
no
That's not
pigeons,
He from
song.
New York. He should know that pigeons is not a term of endearment. So for him to say that on broadcast, I was like, you did that because you knew the white people don't know what that means.
That's a
So that's
really
why
good-
you did that.
Remember, he did well. Here comes
y'all
the
chicks
king for
ain't
Leslie.
getting nada.
Oh,
Pussy ain't
your
worth
friend
the
looks
Ramada.
hotter.
Hey,
Your
you
friend
really
looks
said your
hotter.
pussy ain't worth the Ramada.
Yo, he said, and
And
then
even
he
your
had to.
friend looks hotter.
He said
Yo,
that she walking like she can't say hi. What? That offended him.
I've never listened to that song as an adult.
Oh
You
my
have
God,
to listen
Brian,
to
we
it
have
It's
into
the
its
greatest
entirety.
fucking
Right.
song
You
ever.
have to listen to it
me
in
and
its
Letty
entirety.
like it better than No Scrubs now.
Yo,
Because
Wow.
as you get older, you're like, this is a great comeback song for No Scrubs. Like,
See, and that's the thing. And that's the part I never listened to it in that
If
sense.
you got more than one baby father, oh yes,
yes,
girl, we talking to you.
you.
Brian, it's so flagrant,
It's
but the whole
so
point of
good.
it is just like
Yeah,
we're poking
like,
fun with the
This is like
flagrancy.
the
Right,
nerve of
I've heard it,
the-
but it's just like when you younger you just saying what's on the radio. It's like, okay, this I'll come back. All right, cool, whatever. But like to actually like listen to it as an adult and have gone through some things, I've never listened to it in that aspect.
So good.
It's so
My
fucking
God,
If
count as a
that
hilarious.
ass
catchphrase.
gets enough laughs, it's very it's hilarious. Um,
Let's get back on track, man. I'm sorry.
We get back on
Once he
track.
said no, when he said pigeons, I was just like, uh
yeah, you kind of have to go there. Like go there. It has.
Have a nice
Oh,
day, Mick Foley.
have a
There we
nice
go.
There you
day.
go.
Yes, that's a
Bang
good
bang.
one. Bang bang is a good one.
We can't
Rules
forget
do
about the
love.
most iconic one of all time.
Woo!
Oh yeah. He what?
Woo!
Well, if you watch Wrestling with Pop Culture, you would have saw that he used it for some Bitcoin.
Listen, you get that
He
check.
did.
He got woo wings.
Wings.
Anybody had them
No,
yet? Are
that's
they
the
good?
thing. Oh my god,
No,
that's
they
the
ain't here in
thing.
New York. That's a down south thing.
Mm.
Oh, yeah. Keep that shit down south. Like, what are you like?
Risha!
Ric Flair loves being Ric Flair. Man.
Wings? Like, come
Yeah,
on.
woo wings.
Wings.
I want some wings now. No,
Oh,
don't do it. No.
No, don't do it.
I want some wings now too, actually. But let's get into some that didn't hit. What are some catchphrases like? I talked about how I don't like
That
Cody
one
Rhodes.
that's on the
When you're
screen.
rolling with the eights,
Nada,
when you're rolling with
nada.
the eights and eights, you're never alone. That shit didn't
That
make no sense.
Yep, that didn't hit either. Because it was
And
too
let the and
long.
I'm sorry, but let the pigeons loose. Definitely not. I don't know what Taz thought he was doing. Wrong section of New York over here. No,
Maybe that's what he's into. He's
no.
his own
He's
fetish.
at well. Oh,
Do we like the man is coming to town?
no. We like the man.
That's not your catchphrase. See, yes, you're right, Andre. It has too many syllables. Like it has to be to the point.
I like the Usos is in your city. No, the bloodline.
Yeah, I like that one.
I like
Well,
Acknowledge me.
I'm about to say you're saying the wrong bloodline one.
I knew
love
they
Insert
was
it.
gonna
city
take it.
here. Acknowledge me. And we're like, yes,
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 sir.
yes.
Yes, sir. Honestly, Roman don't have to ask. Like, I'm gonna acknowledge you.
I'm gonna acknowledge you today, tomorrow,
No,
to my
anytime,
lifetime,
anywhere,
I'm gonna
anytime you
acknowledge
want.
you in the street. I'm gonna acknowledge
Acknowledgement.
you. I'm gonna acknowledge you in private, public. Acknowledge
Don't
you
ruin
on
a
this
good thing
podcast.
with y'all thirsted right now.
First of all, I'm coming out in 2024 swinging. I am allowed to thirst. I am
That's
allowed
what
to
she
be
said
parched.
last night.
Shut up. I'm allowed.
Why you said shut? Why you told me shut up?
entitled.
I said you said last night on your show that everybody
Listen,
was welcome to thirst when we was talking
you're
about Jada
right.
Parker.
We definitely did because I look at her. Hello, I'm people. I'm everyone. Everyone is allowed to thirst after her because I've just seen
I
her.
was gonna say, don't
Hey,
worry,
Miss
Justin.
Parker.
They cooking for us. they cooking
Hey,
it
Miss
NXT right
Parker.
now.
Hey, Miss
Hey, Miss
Parker.
When you gonna let me
Parker.
Nah,
fuck,
she
Miss
got
Parker? Oops, who
wow.
said that? Who said that?
Ooh. Wait, so
She
we
gotta wear
can't
knee
thirst,
pads. Yo.
We
but
can't.
so
Dang,
we can't
First
thirst,
one of the
but
year.
Justin can say that.
The first one of the year.
I told you I'm
Can we
gonna be
get
the
a
first
clap on
one.
that?
It was coming.
Can we get a clap?
I knew it. I said, fuck it, let
Look,
me get it out the way.
I'm thirsting over her. I'm thirsting over Killer Kelly and that little move she did when she was in her tag team match. I'm thirsting over it all, honey. I'm sorry. I'm thirsting on 2024.
You
Y'all
know,
men have been allowed to be thirst. I'm gonna be parched. Okay, let's put it that way.
yes. And you know what? Speaking of catchphrases, and I'm thinking of like NXT, like y'all know that vibe of like that new superstar that's trying to get a catchphrase over, and like y'all know the promo I'm talking about where they like, and that is that. And you're like, okay, I'm with you.
But
Okay,
the only person that hit for was Braun because he was like his tag team defense. He was like, I got that dog in me, and people were like, oh wait, and then they start barking and stuff, and then it's a shirt. But the rest of them, I don't know if
Yeah, I'm
anybody
not
in
down with the
NXT.
barking.
Yeah, I'm not barking anywhere.
Fuck
Yeah,
that.
I
I
I
don't
get
tell
the
know if
you,
feeling.
anybody in NXT
Oh,
has
he's
gotten
a
it yet.
Toretto. That's what I'm chanting.
I'm no fair.
Completely.
I'm no Braun. I'm Dominican.
when P brought up, that's like what Keanu James do when they say
She's
her name and the
Kiana
interest,
James.
and I'm like, oh my gosh, like you don't have to do all that.
The
But I
only
tell
person
you,
I feel like, oh,
I
go
was gonna
ahead.
say it reminds me of, we talked about catchphrases we don't like. One that I cannot stand is that "got darn DMD." Every time Britt Baker
I
do them,
like
I
it.
hate
Okay, wait. What
Why?
don't you like about it?
the whole. It's her the way she did this, like the same thing that Keanu James doing. The whole action, like
I
no.
like it because
Well,
I love
Kiana
the
James
fact
got some
that she is
sister in
also
her,
a
so
dentist. I think that
Kiana
is
James
so
got some sister in her, so she's allowed.
Yeah. You right now. I don't like all that, but I do love the fact that she's a dentist. I just don't like the whole the way maybe it's the over the top with the
She so called
hands.
you a
But she's
hater.
a heel though. Like if you're not gonna be obnoxious with it, then like
I mean,
Yeah.
exactly. She's doing her job, but like I said, we stuff we don't like. And
We
Right.
I
like
don't like
hand
it.
movements though. That's how you
The
got, and
only
you can't teach that. Got over.
right. Only person I feel
this
like that
got
tried to get this
over.
stuff over and it got over with her, like I want to say her fans, but her simps
Yo,
is Cora
Noah
Jade.
is out
Like the
of
generation
line.
of Jade stuff is pretty over, but it's only over online. It's not
Yeah,
over in like
Mm,
NXT.
that's a
but
good
some stuff
one.
got to cook online a little bit, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look at
True.
Sasha Crew. You don't see people walking around yelling Sasha Crew, but it cooks online.
Well, you have people walking
True.
around calling themselves
No,
Raw.
that's why we call ourselves a crew. Is because of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nah, you're right. You're right.
Like
You know
Rihanna's got
what's
her Navy, Beyonce's got the Beehive, Sasha's got the crew. That's where that comes from.
I gotta shout out real quick the women's wind down podcast because I like their merch line. And one thing
me
they did for the
too.
holiday season was that they allow people to make, because they have a line that says "Bad Bitches for Eddie Kingston" and it actually really kicked off. And they have a shirt that's like "Bad Bitches for Willow Nightingale." So she allowed people to do their own custom
That's dope.
bad bitches for it.
It's
And I was like,
dope. It's
yo,
just
I'm really
as a guy,
tempted.
I don't know if it's gonna be cool if I write bad bitches for and then insert like a female
Listen,
wrestler.
if you
You know what I mean?
you
Like
might have a bad bitch shirt.
it's like I'm not trying to scare away like female wrestling fans, so I don't want to add to that.
You don't want to scare them off enough as it is. We're already scared off. I'm already scared off. I'm like, my thing, like I look at these two up here and I'm like, come on, maybe one day. And then I get into that
Wait, I'm
conversation
gonna
with
need
that one
Noah
guy.
to explain what he's saying. Monet catchphrase, another whack one, shit terrible. Even her running WWE. I need context. I need context on this one. I must say.
What was that?
Okay,
Sir.
Homo sapien 1, explain yourself.
Uh-oh. Boy, you done messed up right there, bro. They about to come at you, bro.
I just thought of a catchphrase I like that's not WWE. Red Velvet's like the cooking shit. Y'all don't, yeah. Oh,
Sorry,
well,
but
that's
I'm
for
not.
The cut,
different thing.
I think of Red Velvet and I think of Jade Cargill's bitch cut the shit. Like when she used to be
Oh, was
like,
that
cut
her
the shit.
catchphrase?
Yeah. She'd be
Oh
like,
my
Tony, cut the
God.
shit.
Oh my
Like
God.
she used to be like, Tony, cut the shit every
Okay, I
time.
remember that. But
And
you know,
but Jade Cargill during Daily Place era, she was out of pocket. Like one time she walked up and she was like, "Shut up! Don't nobody want to hear that." But I was like, "Girl,
Yeah, that
on
was
TBS,
hilarious.
on Warner Cable, you saying, oh, you talking like that?"
It felt authentic though.
We're gonna
But
tell
the
her otherwise. You see, you see Jade's
the Tony cut
guns?
the shit stuff was good.
Yeah, she looked like she'll rip you in half. Like,
Yeah, I ain't trying to fight Jade Cargill. Fuck that. You say whatever you want, Queen.
Yo, she kicks me in the chest. It's done. I ain't
She
doing
kicks
no more
me. I'm gonna be
podcast.
flying back like fucking Chappelle show. Ah!
what was some of Brandy Rhodes' catchphrases when she was in it?
Who the hell told you?
Open
that
mic
it was
night,
open
bitch.
mic night, bitch?
Well, I'm a black. Oh God, I can't
No.
say it. Oh,
You
no.
a black
But
belt? Well, I'm a black bitch.
I'm so cringe.
yeah, who the hell told you it was
hell
open mic
told
night?
you
'Cause she
that
did
it was
that
open
twice.
mic night, bitch?
Oh, God.
Honestly,
Did
but
that
that
twice.
caught on because you say that to people and they know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
We need Brandy Rose back on the mic soon. She gave us some gems.
No.
I like having the undisputed back because I like Mike Bennett.
That's in
having
Cody's
a
contract.
chance.
Brandy can't be on a mic. That's in his contract.
Wait, what?
that Brandy wrote she can't do any promos.
God damn it, Cody.
I'm sorry, I just joking.
Just when I would start,
But
I hope you would.
Just when I wanted you to
was like,
finish
just
a
when I would
story,
start
you
you to
don't
finish
finish
the
her
story.
story.
Now I want you to finish your ass in the back because who the hell,
Oh my
who the
God.
hell
Do we
told you
really
to
want
silence Brandy
Brandy?
Rhodes?
Do we really want Brandy and
Cody
WWE?
don't finish
Yes,
Brandy's
we
story.
do. We
Oh, we
waiting for
do. We
it.
do. Okay, I
want
didn't
the
know.
story.
I didn't know if we did. I didn't know if we did.
We want Trips to open his eyes, open his ears, open his non-ponytail Nyash as well. Put Brandy on the mic, like have her do a segment. Make her. I want her to be the Maurice for one time, and then she
I
can go back
respect
to raising that
Cody.
beautiful baby.
He protecting his wife.
Come on.
Oh,
Whatever.
I mean, the WWE universe is not as vicious as AEW fans. Remember, WWE fans are
Right.
more family centric versus AEW is preteens and people that don't have enough sex.
You got to think about when he first signed his contract too, though. You know, he was coming in like it
Don't
was
forget
a give and
that.
take.
Don't
He didn't know
forget.
he was going to get this
Apparently,
over.
but don't forget, Justin. Apparently, they make more money than WWE fans, so you got to add that into the fold because that's the thing. Apparently, there's an article that's out that says AEW fans are more educated than WWE fans, and I'm like, bitch, where?
I'll
I'm
put
not
that
giving
out
those
there.
musty minions any credit.
The only person that I
I need
love
to
and
know where these
adore,
fucking stats are coming from.
the only person that I respect in the whole AEW space
Probably
is
Tony.
no. The only person that I
No, he
listen
said
to is
that
Keeks.
out.
Everybody else just be spewing a bunch of bullshit when they have their platforms.
It's all about bias, but I'm gonna just say this:
Exactly.
at the end of the day,
I'll give
at the end of
AEW
the
fans
day,
credit when they start wearing deodorant.
when you have more fans that are children, of course the education numbers are gonna be higher in AEW because the numbers
Where
when
the
you
college
take
educated kids at?
exactly.
They don't go
I
to
don't see that
AEW
one
shows?
college educated kid go to AEW shows. They're all WWE shows. Let's be fucking
Yo,
real.
And if they
shout out to
college
Vin. Vin
educated, let
just
me see
joined the
that
chat.
degree. General studies is not a
Word.
fucking degree.
Yes, it is.
Give me a legitimate major.
I got
It's,
one.
it's a wandering degree.
Art
And now you're a
history.
podcaster.
Get the fuck out of
sir.
here.
Now you're a professional booker, a podcaster, and a meeting of minds and a manager. So you are a jack of all trades. It's a jack of all trades degree. I'm sorry. it is. It's a degree. We're not slamming degrees out here. Go get your degree. But it's a jack of all
That
trades.
is
Get
true.
your degree, but focus on something other than this. I don't know. I'm just with the vibes. That's what general studies is. I'm with the vibes.
Noah, I like you. I don't want no beef with you. You better calm the fuck down.
See,
Wow.
look at it's all fun and games till he comes for your fave.
Shut up. No. Calm it down. I like you.
0 out
Calm
of 10.
it down.
Clarence. I would
It's an
say I'm
ode
not
to
a big
Juggernaut.
fan of clobbering
It's
songs.
an
I'm not a
ode
big
to Juggernaut, people. It's an
It's
ode to Juggernaut.
Okay.
Y'all some
He's
haters.
the juggernaut, bitch.
y'all turning up like we
Y'all
ain't got
some
to get ready to go
haters.
home from the club.
Shut the fuck
All right.
up.
So
Last call.
we're gonna do last call. Some what do they call like
No,
surefire
I'm gonna clobber
questions or
your
some
ass if you
shit?
Yeah, that's
no, I'm gonna
fire.
clobber you if you say that shit one more time. Okay, I'm done.
See,
Nah,
that's
chill.
why he
I'm
looks
a CM
small.
Punk fan now. Ooh. Yo,
He got a wife now. He ain't chick
Say
magnet no
that.
more. Except when he went to NXT. He ain't chick
Nope.
magnet no more.
He
His
was
wife
with
got
a
He's
chicletas.
Mr.
Get
Mendez.
the chicletas. There you go. That's
He
the
Yeah,
last
Mr.
shot.
Mendez.
The Reeds.
That's April's husband. You better calm down.
Are y'all
Yep.
ready for quick fire, short fire, whatever?
Let's
Mhm.
do it.
Let's
All
do
right.
it.
Everyone go real quick. Does your favorite wrestler have your favorite catchphrase?
Ooh.
I just cursed Noah out, so yeah.
Well, you do represent Mr. Brooks, so I mean, you know.
Mine's is top 5, especially when Michael Cole does it. It's boss time. Like Cole has to do it
So good.
to really sell it.
He do. He really does sell it.
You're
I
right.
agree.
Yeah, that's a whole show, Michael Cole Appreciation Night.
I would love that.
I would love to do that,
It's-
especially like when it's closer to Mania where we could really give him flowers.
Ooh.
Yeah, because I think he's better than Jim Ross. I'm just saying, and that's no show shade to Jr.
I
They
think
got
that
his-
argument can be made at this point.
He got the
Mhm.
Dem Boys shirt on.
The what?
There
Oh,
we go,
yeah.
Dem Boys.
Oh yeah, it's
I
the
thought you said
anniversary.
something else. I
Shit.
was gonna be like, oh my
And
god.
the whole family is ringside.
Oh,
He has a
man.
match. His whole family is ringside, including his. Oh man.
Oh. I was gonna cry probably watching that.
Yeah. Rest in peace, man.
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Brian, what's yours?
Yo, Noah, you not oh my god. He's really coming for Mercedes Monet and the
Noah, what's your favorite wrestler? Because you got all these
Yeah,
smoke for ours.
and,
What's
Oh,
and
your
Come
oh yeah.
on.
he doesn't. Oh God, the Nigerian giant.
Oh, the Nigerian giant that don't show up on TV? That's your favorite? He
Ooh.
wrestles once every trimester. That guy who uses more
Hey,
PTO than Roman
I
Reigns.
hey, hey,
That's
hey,
your
hey, hey,
favorite?
hey, 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 hey,
Anyway,
hey,
I would
hey,
say my
hey,
favorite
hey,
wrestler
hey, hey, hey,
does
we.
not have my favorite catchphrase. Because I never thought about what's my favorite catchphrase, but it's not the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be, and it's not what you're gonna do. So
okay.
Thank God.
okay.
Um I don't have a favorite catchphrase, but I do like because Stone Cold says so. Like, because
Mm.
that's something that you could also, comfort people when they least expect it. It doesn't hit as hard as it doesn't matter, but
Hmm.
it's fun. So I'm gonna say that's one of my
You can
favorites.
use that in a cadence with your name, like when you're talking to like the children or people, like because that's the bottom line. Because Queen PR says so.
Any like you could just change it into shit. So yeah,
Hmm.
I guess so. I guess so. Does everyone in the comments, last call, what's your favorite all-time favorite catchphrase? Does your favorite wrestler have your favorite catchphrase? One more fast fire. What did I call it? Short fire?
Rapid
Yeah.
fire.
Rapid fire. Yes, 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 yes. What is your favorite catchphrase to chant at a live show?
Mm.
I think now is probably whoop that trick.
Well,
Yeah.
since I'm a meme online, I was gonna say the same thing. Whoop that trick. Whoop
That's a fun
that
one.
trick. Whoop that trick.
Yeah, is also fun now too.
It is. It really is.
Yeah. But people also forget. Let me talk to you.
Oh yeah,
'Cause that
On
that's the
purpose. People forget it on
that's the
purpose.
part I actually think I don't know. I kind of like that better than yeah, but I also don't like the way I don't know. I don't like the way I don't like his placement of yeah.
Oh,
Hmm.
Mm, okay.
he brought his kids out on stage. Everything. I'm sorry. The whole conversation. I had to.
I
I
couldn't.
know.
Watch
That's
it.
why I
Yeah.
changed from I couldn't
I
watch
think
it no more.
mine's is really a thank you because I could
That's
do
so
Gable's
it's
cadence.
so good. Oh my god, it's so good. The funniest thing, we were in the room for the press junket,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like all media is like in a circle, and the wrestlers go and like step each one, and like every few minutes, all you heard was shoosh or thank you because everyone was making him say it on camera. It was like the
Mhm.
funniest thing. But yeah, that's a good one. The Rock, that's a good one. Love that one.
I mean, if you smell, I mean, it's a lot of good catchphrases, but my favorite wrestler has mine. That's a good question. That's something I never really thought of. Does your favorite wrestler have a favorite catchphrase? Like, it's almost asking, does the catchphrase make the wrestler?
Hmm.
And I feel
That's
like
a
some of
very
them, yeah.
I think so. I mean, Noah put it in the chat earlier. Like sometimes having a good catchphrase is better than being like a good wrestler because that connection to the audience that we talked about, like the fact that fans create chants sometimes, like I mean, chants, catchphrases, like that's how much you get invested into something.
That
Or
helped
like the
get Bailey
crossover.
over because when Bailey turned heel, it wasn't hitting until she got the stupid idiot over and the thumbs down. And then all of a sudden that took off.
That was
Mhm.
funny. Ding dong hello is funny
Ding
too.
I
dong,
want to also shout out.
hello.
I also want to shout out like sometimes the commentary. Like I give Michael credit a lot more credit because sometimes he'll say something that's not a catchphrase, or even when you hear it from the announce table's points, like they kind of make catchphrases better because like Justin, I know Justin's favorite thing is his boss time, but I feel like it would have never popped if you hadn't heard it from Michael Cole.
Mm.
That's how I feel.
Mm.
That's how I feel about that. Same thing with like even whoop that trick. Like people are really onto it too with Booker T because Booker T added ad libs to the crowd, kind
Mm-hmm.
of
Right.
eggs them on also to the point where if I hear it in a stadium like I always bring up Deadline with Deadline, you had people behind me
Mm.
going what. Like with the theme, because they're like they so used to Booker T doing it that it just amplifies it. So giving
Yeah.
full credit to the people behind the mic and then the
Right.
announce table.
I think with
That
Whoop
too.
That Trick is kind of 50-50 because online people kind of like are tired when Booker does it, but then when you're actually in the crowd, it hits
Yeah.
different. And whereas
Oh,
like we love the
agreed.
ad libs.
I never see
Agreed.
anybody really tired of doing that.
I see it pop
I'm-
up in my timeline where it's like, God damn, with these Booker ad
I,
libs.
I could see when he
That's because they
won the
don't like
title,
Booker though.
Booker getting on the mic in the celebration.
Yeah.
Like when that
Yeah.
moment he finally get that belt and Booker just going along with it.
Damn, we didn't bring up Braun Simmons. Damn.
I
It's like an
mean, we.
annual. I've been looking forward to it
Oh,
at WrestleMania.
I
Because I feel
mean,
like it's the annual.
if another one we didn't bring up, and this has been like kind of like synopsis for like the last 2-3 years, Big Meaty Men Slapping Meat, aka the Biggie Invitational.
I mean, yeah. Anytime two big boys is wrestling, that's what people
Like
say.
even commentary fucking says that now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
You
y'all
know it's
mentioned
good when Tony stole it.
right. There's two things that you guys mentioned that I think is interesting about catchphrases, especially like now, is one, the disconnect between like the internet and at shows, because there's a lot of
Mhm.
like catchphrases, quotes that are like popular online, but people that go to the shows would never know about it. And then the second thing was the role of commentators, like how they, if they don't sell it to you, like if someone didn't catch the Austin 316 and create the narrative around it, like is it a catchphrase? If someone doesn't catch it, is it a catchphrase,
Yeah. I mean, and that's one thing that Jay Uso said
So
that he went to Corey
then that is
Graves
so
God bless Vin.
yeah.
and told him, said, "Thank you for keep putting me over with main event Jay Uso."
Yeah.
Right,
They
right,
understand
right.
that.
Top dollar,
Y- yeah.
no, I'm just saying, like, no
No, I know
one
what
would
you.
have
Who hotter, not
won
dollar.
Mhm.
if they weren't say, "Ooh, okay, Andre, we doing last call and you asking
That's a
the
show,
intimate
bro.
questions."
That's a whole different show.
I want to do a
That's
commentator
separate.
Commentary
That's
appreciation
appreciation
night.
separate.
night.
I want to do a
Yeah.
commentator appreciation night. We could talk about
Justin, add that
JR,
to the list.
the
There we go.
King, Michael Cole, Corey Graves, Pat
Taz,
McAfee,
Pat McAfee,
Samoa
Gorilla,
Joe.
Heenan.
and all
All
that.
right, is that our show next week or is it Rumble? Or do we have a
It's
week to
Rumble. We
schedule?
running into Rumble next
But we can do
Okay.
Yeah.
commentary after. I like that.
Yes, let's do that. So we'll talk about our favorite Rumble moments next week, our predictions, and then the week after we'll do commentator appreciation night. So we'll get ready for all of that. So we already have our agenda for the next 2 weeks. Look at us,
Mhm.
2024 planning ahead and stuff like that. I love it. So yeah, we're gonna get into all of that. I want to thank everyone who joined us tonight for this very, very fun episode of Fan Club. I loved getting into the nostalgia. I was gonna say nostalgia freaks again, but I feel like if you don't know, it's like what?
That part.
Listen to Wednesday Worldwide on Ringer Wrestling. But this was a really, really good show. I really enjoyed getting into this. All of these shows, there's so much to it. Like even more comments are coming in that we didn't get to. So you know what we say. We'll do a part 2 later down the line because there's a lot of catchphrases we haven't gotten into. So I want to thank the crew, of course, for joining me again for another Wednesday stream. Our VIPs, Noah, Keith, Rakarsha, Andre, Vin in the building, Trell, get your podcast. Sorry if I did not mention all of you, but I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Tomorrow,
Mhm.
we got Thirsty Thursday stream. It is my post birthday Thirsty Thursday
Get your cup
stream.
ready.
Yes. So you would join me, I think Ciendo,
No, me.
Christina. Okay.
Don't throw me
Awesome.
under the bus. I had to take naps
Oh,
3 days in
okay.
a row. Damn it, we're going. The
We
streak is
Oh
going.
yeah.
got this. We got this. Krista B, Pablo the Don, Christina, and Ciendo. We will be live for Thirsty Thursday. Maybe some special guests. Friday, schooling session streaming with Krista B, Christina, and Pablo the Don. Check out the latest episode on Patreon. Stay tuned for the next episode of Where Wrestling Meets Pop Culture. We also, Krista B and I have an interview coming up next week with a very special person in the wrestling community. So make sure you tune in for that. If you want to support those wrestling girls, cop some merch. from foryourword.com. Subscribe to our Patreon. Tell a friend. We want to expand our audience. We want to expand our wrestling family. So if you enjoy the show, invite people to come on. Tweet us, hashtag TWG fan club. I was gonna mention our new show on Tuesdays, but I will let C and Dobie talk about that. So where can everyone find the crew?
You can find me on all social media platforms at It's Justin Rich. You can find me here Wednesday nights live on Those Wrestling Girls Twitch channel for TWG Fan Club with myself and these three beautiful, amazing, talented co-hosts of mine. You can catch me Twitter Spaces Tuesday night on Black Wrestling's handle for Turnbuckle Talk, aka The Buckle, with myself, Mimi, and Corey. We talk all things wrestling. You can catch me from time to time on True Hill Heat Sports and True Hill Heat Wrestling. Both of those channels are located on YouTube where we talk sports, wrestling, and all that fun stuff. Your boy was on this weekend, very busy weekend, watching NFL playoffs. I got to watch the Cowboys' demise. I also got to watch the Eagles' demise. So this has been a great sports weekend for your boy. We here, we outside, we active. The Rumble is upon us. Let's go, Mania season.
Oh,
It's 2024 Mania season. It's also time for El Freaky to get busy this Saturday as Lamar Jackson goes to bring ring number 3 to Baltimore. So I'll be loving Justin's coverage of that. But yeah, you you can find me Wednesday worldwide this week. Bianca Belair, Montez Ford joined us. Make sure y'all check out that episode. Also catch me a little bit on the Masked Man show. Kaz returned this week. Shout out to him. Congratulations to him and his wife on their beautiful baby girl. And then also, yeah, check out the press box as I produced that with David Shoemaker and Brian Curtis. All things, fun things about the media that you can learn about. But this tonight, check me out on the Wrestling Realm Now podcast. We're gonna talk about who could win the Royal Rumble, and Brother Hugh is going to have a podcast gasm because Nick Nemeth has made his debut in TNA. So we're going to let him have his moments.
Ooh, that should be a fun show. Congrats again.
Thank you. Thank
1
you.
year with the Ringer. Well, your show on the Ringer.
in your Sunday best.
Thank you.
You, as personally, always know me as your honorary wrestling girl, CNW. You can catch me on all my streaming platforms, relive, CNW on YouTube. You can also catch me here every Wednesday with the 3 best friends that anybody can have on Fan Club. Can't wait. It is Rumble season next week. I'm so excited to talk about Rumble. I'm so excited to be in Tampa for the Rumble, baby. We out here. We outside. We catching flights, not feelings all 2024. Increasing our frequent fire mileage, not our heartbreak. Hello. And now every Tuesday, you can catch your girl on the TWG streaming platforms and on my personal YouTube channel streaming platforms for Watch What Happens NXT. We get into the recap. I give you a little refresher before the show goes on the USA Network every Tuesday, and I talk about everything. I'm talking NXT. I'm talking Level Up. I'm talking big beefy men slapping meat. If it happens on NXT, if it's happening, I'm talking about it. We're talking about it. We're definitely gonna go through that amazing battle royal. Definitely gonna dive more into the Dusty Tag Team Classic is going on right now. So we're going to dive into that. We're also going to hopefully get into the now recap. We finally have an established card because even though the Rumble season is a week from today, we got Vengeance Day right after. It's like one PLE banger after banger after banger.
Oh,
so
that's a good catchphrase too.
Banger after the shout out to the Brawling Brutes on that one. Banger after banger after banger. We got Vengeance Day right after in Tennessee. So we're definitely going to dive into the 2 matches that were already decided, and it's just a whole lot. I'm a lot of fun, y'all. And I want to shout out these 2 illustrious, beautiful people, like Justin would call them, for hanging out with me. It crossed over into Buckle Talk. Still listen to both. Have your TV on. Have your phone on Buckle Talk, because that was me. I had to mute a couple of times. Yes, they do. So I'll see you guys every Tuesday. We're going to start at 6. because we ran a little over. We want to definitely cut off before NXT comes on, so that way you got me at 6, you got Turnbuckle Talk at 6:35. Just listen to us both.
I mean, is
Support
there
the
such
cause.
thing as too much wrestling content?
Hell
I mean,
no.
don't answer.
I got
Okay.
wrestling content tonight.
Hey, right. So I want to thank everyone again for joining us. We will see you all tomorrow night for Thirsty Thursday, but for Fan Club, we will see you here on the Wrestling Girls Twitch every Wednesday. And on that note, have a good night.
Good night, people.